to look at of prospecting those customers out. And by asking those questions in the beginning, and then when you get to the part of, okay, here's the 3 products I'm looking at, which one do you want? And they say no to it, they're saying no to the information they gave you. So in the old days, what we did is we went door to door, right? Hi, I have this great vacuum cleaner. I have the Hoover vacuum cleaner for you. We went door to door and we wanted to make sure, we said, hey, I've got this product. We will fit anybody to use this product, regardless if it's a $1,500 vacuum or not. Now what we want to do is we want to take our products and customize them to what the customer's needs are. And so really what you're doing in your sales presentation for this class, the beginning of it is what questions are you going to ask? Based on my answers, then you are going to look at the features and benefits of the products, match those features and benefits to what I said was important to me. So, and like sometimes when I sell computers, I might have customers who their requirements are a $1,500 computer and they have a $400 budget, right? What do you do in that circumstance? Now you might go to the customer and say, what are the 3 most important things you have here? Let's start for that and that on a negotiation piece. And say, unfortunately, price-wise, you're a little bit unrealistic right now. But what are the 3 things that are really important to you? What are the most important things you have to have? Maybe you can pick and choose these other features that may not be necessary. So it starts that conversation point off. You really understand what the customer is looking for, and you make it harder for them to say no, and you make it harder for them to say no without being pushy on them. You're developing that rapport. You're developing that relationship. You're not pitching. You're not sell, sell, sell. You're just talking to them. You're asking them some questions. You're trying to help them out. And that's what a good salesperson is able to do, is not to walk out of there with anything but a win-win situation. You get the sale and the customer is happy. When I sold computers, a lot of our salespeople did not care about the win-win scenario. We have these improvement plans where IBM might come and say, you sell our computer, we'll give you a spiff of $50 cash for selling that computer. Well, we didn't care if the customer needed that expensive computer or not. We just thought, hey, I got $50 in my pocket, that's all I'm worried about. The problem with that is that computer is going to come back within the next week or so because the person's going to have buyer's remorse, or they're not going to be able to use the features or functions for it, or they're not going to buy any more from you. And the ironic thing was, when we sold computers, the laptops and not necessarily mainframes, but the computers, the desktop computers, the hardware, we lost money on. We could look up in the computer and say, all right, we're selling this one for $200 less than what the company paid for it. Because it wasn't the computer we were selling them. We were selling the idea of we could maintain that relationship. We were selling the idea that we could sell you paper every time you needed paper. 300 to 1,000% markup. We could sell you the printer cable for your printer that you needed. Printer cable might cost us $1 or $2. We're selling it for $20. Every time you needed software, I didn't want you to go anywhere else. I wanted you to get the best customer service experience from us, that you would have loyalty to our company, and you'd buy every single software package from us. You'd buy your printer from us. You'd buy your ink cartridges from us. You'd buy your digital camera from us. You'd buy the paper for your digital camera. You'd get a new printer for your digital camera. Next time you needed to buy a computer, you'd then buy another one from us. We wanted a lifetime customer. I did not want a transaction. I wanted a customer who would come back to us over and over again. And you don't do that by selling them one product. You sell them this service. In today's industry, what do we have? We've got the internet. We've got 8 million channels on TV. What can we do? We have information at our fingertips. The idea of a salesperson is to create a value-added service to the customer. I can go online and buy a television. I can go online and buy a computer. I go to the store to a salesperson to give me that information and tell me what is the best solution for me. And so you develop that relationship with them because you want them to come back to you over and over again. I don't go to the store to buy a product. I go to the store for a solution. And so when you're doing your presentation, think about that. When you're deciding on a product, if it's a company you work for, if you know the product, that's always a good route to go. If you are not in the marketing or business management programs, and let's say you're in the horticultural program, then you're going to be selling me a landscape design. I want it to stay into your specific target market. So those are things that you want to look at. What do you think is going to be not necessarily easier for you to sell, but can you really truly identify those features and benefits of that product or service to me? So those are things that you're going to be looking at. And if you have an idea like, okay, I'm thinking about selling this, send me an email and let me know. And we'll go over and say, okay, I can see how that would work. Or, well, you might have some challenges. Make sure you angle it this specific way.